So today we will start enterprise structure. As every organization has some framework or structure according to which the whole business runs. An enterprise in the structure that represents an enterprise in the SAP ERP system. Means whatever be the physically present in an organization, we just need to represent that enterprise in our SAP ERP system. It is subdivided into various organizational units for legal reasons or business related reasons are grouped together. Our country is divided into states than districts. In the same way, SAP means organization is also divided into its departments and plants and warehouses like this that are grouped together for a common purpose. An enterprise structure defines various levels in an organization. These levels are placed according to some hierarchy shown below in flow diagram. Each level has some specific functionality associated with it, which in a combined way describe the working of an organization. So this flow diagram will show you how the individual entities are related and how's the workflow. So first is the client that we can understand like a complete or global organization. Then comes to the company code that is a branch of that organization. Like if we can consider, for example, like client is a Reliance Industries, so company code may be Reliance Telecom, only telecom industry. So this is a branch of this. Now in this branch, there are different plant. One is Mumbai plant and one is Delhi plant of this Reliance industry. And for these plants, there are various storage locations where the company stores their materials or goods. So now these are the entities. Now we will need to connect for proper functioning. These entities should be interconnected with each other. So like a company code should be assigned to the plant and company code should be assigned to purchasing organization. Then purchasing organization should be assigned to plant. The purchasing organization is the department that is using that is doing the procurement activities, doing the purchasing activities, all the things. So the purchasing organization that is assigned to company code that is centralized organization, and the organization that is assigned to individual plants that are plant specific purchasing organizations. So these are the organizational elements. Let's come.
I want to ask one question.
Yeah,
Whatever we have characters, right? We configured one plant only, right? But it could be others as well, right? More
yeah,
than
right,
one, two, three, four, right?
right.
Okay, okay.
So in the practice session, I will take multiple. Actually, when on last Saturday, I'll take a class of that batch management or that one. I think you haven't attended that, right? So in there, I have taken two or three standard and customized examples also in that class.
Acha.
So don't worry. In the
And
practice session, I will be taking more more elaborative practice session. So now coming to the define organizational units. Here in the SAP, the define means the creating. If we want to create the organizational units, the term here is used. It is defined. So in material management, we have scope to define following entities for organizational structure, that is plant, purchasing organization, storage location, and purchasing group. So this is the SAP screen where we will be defining organizational units. So for this, to define these elements, we need to go to SPRO. Here we will be going to enterprise structure, the definition under logistic. There will be define, copy, delete, check plant. And under material management, there is maintain storage location and maintain purchasing organization. So from here, we can define the plant, purchasing organization, and storage location. So what are these entities and how are we defining? Let's go there. So definition of new plant. I'm defining a new plant. Plant name is T020. Plant is a plant is an organizational unit within a company where activities take place. A plant will produce goods and make goods available for the company. It's a unit having manufacturing facility, warehouse distribution center, or regional sales office within logistics. It subdivides enterprise into different aspects. So this is the SAP screen. When we click on define copy check plant, so this screen will come. Here we enter the plant code, a four-digit alphanumeric code, and give the description as name. After clicking after and making the entries, click on save, then our new plant will be created. Then comes to the defining new purchasing organization T010. A purchasing organization is an organizational unit under a company or a plant that is responsible for the procurement activities according to the requirements. A purchasing organization can be at client level or at a company code level or at a plant level. It can be assigned, a purchasing organization can be assigned to a plant or a company code or to the client. If a purchasing organization is assigned only to a single plant, then that purchasing organization can do procurement activities only for that single plant. If a purchasing organization can assign to a company code, then that purchasing organization can do the procurement activity for all the plants that are linked under that company code. So this is the difference between the company code specific purchasing organization or plant specific purchasing organizations. So when we click on define purchasing organization, this screen will come. Enter the purchasing organization like I have given T010 and description of that purchasing organization. Then click on save. Then we got to go to our purchasing organizations is our saved. Now similarly, defining storage location within plant T020. Now click on storage location, enter the plant T020, go to the storage location, enter the storage location number T0123 and give the description for that like raw material for Tesla, semi or finished material for Tesla. And after saving, we got to three storage location under plant 2020. Now coming to the we have successfully defined the our company code, plant, purchasing organization, and storage location. Now we want work by these individual elements. We need to interlink these elements. So connecting or linking these elements is known as assignment in SAP ERP system. So to establish a relationship between these levels, we must assign them to one another in such a way that they still live in the same hierarchy. So for this, go to enterprise structure, go to assignment. Then here we got assign plant to company code, assign purchasing organization to company code, assign purchasing organization to plant. So we need to do the assignment by this following this path. So when we go to assign purchasing organization to plant, we put our plant T010, purchasing organization T010 and plant T020 and press enter and save it, save this entry. So our purchasing organization will be associated with the plant then in every organization. In that way, we can assign our purchasing organization to plant and company code to plant. Now coming to master data. So master data is of three types mainly: material master, vendor master, or info record. In every organization, it is very essential to have master data of each activity to be organized centrally for all modules and departments too. Also, we can say the data is having all its specification stored in our system, and it can be used by the system to gather information while creating purchase order and service contract, scheduling agreement, etc. From the point of view of material management, it includes material master, vendor master, and at the core of procurement, inventory management, and invoice verifications. So master data का मतलब है कि we have all the details of that particular entity at one place. Like if we are explaining about material master, then all the basic details of that material is available at only one place. Whether it is entered by the purchasing department, whether it is entered by the store department, whether it is entered by the sales department. So every department can maintain its entries, but the whole entry is maintained at one particular location, that is material master. So what material master contains? Material master contains basic view, purchase view, MRP, and accounting view. So in this view, we have basic unit of measure, order unit, material group. In purchasing view, we have quota usage key, reminder, source list, auto purchasing order key, purchasing group. In MRP plant, we have reorder point, plant delivery time, and in accounting, we have valuation category and valuation class. Similarly, vendor master contains the data of the vendor or supplier, whether it is address, its accounting info, its transaction info, its purchasing data, its order currency, or payment terms. Similarly, info record contains the combination of this material and vendor at one place. It is having three level: the general data, purchasing organization data, and condition. The general data contains the vendor data and purchasing order unit of measurement. Purchasing organization data control having the control plant delivery, tolerance, and conditions is having price related data. So in this way, we will be classifying our master data into three categories. Now coming to first our material master data configuration. Uh, first we should go with material master, then should business partner, then info record. This is the standard procedure we should follow. So this is the enterprise main source of material specific data. This data will include information on the material a company can produce, store, or sell. Since there are different departments in an enterprise and each department works on some specific material, they will enter different information regarding their material. So each department has its own view of material master record. The data screen that is used to create material master can be divided into two categories. Let's say see this first to define to create a material master. We need to follow these steps. First, define industry type, then define the material type, whether it is raw, semi, or finished. Then in the defining the material type, we should update uh, for valuation area and quantity update. After that, we will be assigning number range, and that number range will be linked to our material type. After following this process, we will be testing the configuration while creating the material using the T code MM01. The creating material screen has two data mainly. One is main data, second one is additional data. The main data has basic data, purchasing data, and accounting data, and additional data is material description and currency. Now coming to the steps, the first step is defining industry sector. Following this SPRO path, we coming to the screen. This here we enter the industry sector. Like I entered a code Q for the industry Tesla Auto and giving the field reference M. What is the field reference? I will tell you in later in a few minutes. Now coming to the material types, material with common attributes, we must put together. For that we have to create material types. We have some common material types within the system. Those are below. Actually, like there are different materials like rubber or plastic and maybe some other types that can be grouped together as raw material. So this is like a would those materials that are having common attributes, we are just grouping those into a common material type. Like ROH is used for material raw material, FERT is defined for finished good, HLE for semi-finished, UNBW for non-valuated, and LAG for non-stock material, and HAVA is used for trading goods. Now coming to the material type is very important in material master in every aspect. It has control over below points. What the interview question is this: what material type controls? What are the controlling features of material type? And what are the basic features of material type? It actually controls materials use selection, field selection, price control, procurement types, and valuation class. In the next few minutes, I will be describing all these quantities one by one. Now coming to the creation of material type, I have created a material type as per my requirement where I have maintained views, procurement types, and account category reference. So each department will have its own of the material master record. So following that path, we will be going to a material type, or we directly can use T code OMS2 to create material type. Just go there, make a new entry. Like I have maintained two TFIN and T raw and T SAM, like for semi, raw, and finished goods. After this, we select one material type to update the quantity and value updation. For updating
I
of
have a
quantity,
question.
yeah,
I have a question.
yeah, tell
When
me.
we are referring material, right? Suppose
Hmm,
we took example of Tesla. So we are
hmm.
working in a Tesla. We are manufacturing cars, right? So when it's come to material for us, material is something tire. Now, if we are manufacturing tire from our plant only, so it will be for raw material. If we are purchasing from MRF or something, so it would be semi
Semi-finished.
prepared, semi finished
Semi-finished that
material, right?
we can use in our doing some more
Yeah, we'll
activities on it,
purchase
then we
it
will
and
use it on
install
it.
it.
Yeah, and some things like some products we get fully finished, like finished that we will be categorizing into finished materials.
Okay, okay, got it. Okay.
So in this way, we are categorizing those. Now, quantity update and value update for updating of quantity of material and current market value. We need to update that into the system for our plant. I maintained it. it for my plant to T020, like you can see, for this is the T020 plant. Here for T row, I update check mark the quantity updating and value updating, so that whenever I make any goods movement or whenever there is transaction of money, so value could be update and quantity could be update for that. So this check marks is necessary to update the quantity and value of that material.
I didn't get this.
Okay.
Value and
Let me clear it you by example. If I didn't check mark this, okay. Now I
hmm,
make a purchase order.
hmm,
Now for purchasing order, after receiving those purchase order, I do the MIGO in good receipt. So while doing the MIGO, I checked the MMBE transaction, means stock overview of that material. I found that there is zero material available in our stock
hmm,
earlier. Now I purchased 200 goods,
okay,
like 200 tires. But
okay.
after doing the goods receipt, it is,
Hmm.
if I check the stock overview, it is also it will be shown only zero material in our stock. Why? Because the quantity will not update in our SAP system if we do not check mark this quantity update. Similarly for the
Oh,
value update, similarly for the value
okay.
update, if we check the financial accounting documents, there we can see the monetary transactions. So
Hmm.
we will not be able to find the monetary transactions until we doing the value update. So in this way,
Um,
these two
what
things are
I
necessary.
understood is, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying we earlier we had 200 tires, okay? After some days that get used. Now we would need more tires. So what we have do we have initiated for a purchasing and everything process has been done, but to keep our record, like earlier we had a 200, now we are purchasing 300. To keep that record, we are checking
Doing
this
the
box,
quantity
right?
update. Yeah. The
Okay,
quantity will
okay,
not
okay.
update. The quantity will be remain 200.
Uh,
If it was 200, then after doing multiple
okay, but
transactions, it will remain 200. If
eventually,
it,
in the end, हमने कितना purchase किया overall, टायर purchase कितना किया, तो from here we'll
that will
get to
keep
know.
the record.
Okay, okay, got it.
So this is the screen for material types. Here I have maintained the Tiffin material type. Here this is the material field reference for FERT. Standard reference is ROH. This is the screen for field control. This is the screen for procurement control, where we will be controlling that how the procurement of this material should be done, whether it is internal or external purchase should be allowed or not. This is the views control, means which views should be visible while creating the material of this type. This is the valuation control, whether the price is standard price or moving average price, and what is the account category reference that is handling those prices. So these are the different views available while creating the material master. Now coming to the each and every these controls, like I have told you, this field control, procurement control, views control, and valuation control. Now I will be explaining each and every one in detail. Now in the field selection, in this section we define whether the material field is hidden, display, mandatory or optional in maintenance. We can customize this according to the client's requirement. So for this, go to the path, logistics general MM field selection. T code we can use OMS9. For material master, we can define field selection with reference to T code, material type assigned to field reference and industry sector. In this particular example, I will be choosing the field reference is FERT, material type TFIN, field reference is FERT for material type TFIN, T code should be used MM0123 or for industry sector M. To define whether a field is hidden or displayed, or whether an entry is mandatory or optional. In material master maintenance, you must assign the field to a field selection group. You may assign a field to one field selection group only. We can see here for selection group 175. See here 175, here 175. These two fields, net pricing purchasing order and currency key, are grouped into one field. These two fields are grouped together in one selection group.
Okay.
So for this field reference, according to field selection group, purchasing group, and currency key fields are optional. Without entering to that field, we can save material without any error. What's the meaning of optional? That without entering of that field, we can save the material without any error. If we don't enter these entries, that can be okay. We can do further entities. Like here in field selection group 175, I've defined here I have maintained these fields, and in these fields for field reference third, if we make these entries optional, means if these entries are not maintained while creating the material, then that will be okay, no issue for that. Similarly, I'm defining field selection group 32, and here I will be defining MM0123. What I am differentiating here it for MM01. These three entries, price control indicator, these three entries are required in MM01 or 2, but it is only displayed in MM03. So in this example, we can see this with reference to T code MM01 2. We should have to maintain price control indicator, whether it is a standard or moving average price. Without maintaining that, we can't save the material because it is required entry. But for MM03, that entry is only for display. So here in the field selection group, we control the fields, whether it is display, whether it is required, or whether it is optional entry. Now coming to the create material screen, go to MM01. Here, accounting one view, we can see that price control check mark is there. This check mark shows that this is the mandatory entry. As our configuration, price control is mandatory, showing here without the field, we could not proceed further. Now coming to the procurement control. Similarly, I have told you that in this field, we can see that we can control for our finished good for Tesla material type. We can buy only external purchase order. We want only to buy this material from external purchase order. There is no in-house production is available for this particular material type. Actually, we in the step of requirement gathering, the client will tell us all these informations, whether this material type can be procured externally or internally. So if the client says that this material type can be purchased only externally, there is no in-house production of this material type. So we will be maintaining the entries according to the client's requirement. So see here I have maintained external purchase requirement as 2, means external purchase orders are allowed, and internal purchase orders at 0, means internal purchase orders are not allowed.
Not required.
Now coming to the material use control. Every material has different attributes and uses for a specific particular department: basic view, purchasing view, accounting view. These views are three views. We can run entire purchase order cycle. By basic view, purchasing, and accounting view, you can see whether whenever I try to create material on the speed, I can choose only basic data, purchasing, and MRP. Sorry, basic data, purchasing, and accounting only. Whenever I try to create material for purchasing order, but for manufacturing company point of view, we have to take MRP view. Likewise, from the point of view of sales, we can maintain the sales view for my finished material. I can need only these views because my material is not manufactured within my plant to take MRP view for planning of the control. Means I'm not choosing the MRP because I'm not doing the manufacturing. So I'm choosing only basic data, purchasing, general plant data to store that, and accounting for doing the monetary transactions. Means maintaining the valuation control. Now coming to the valuation control. In this field, we have to maintain price control, whether it is standard or moving average price. And with the help of account assignment category, we can define valuation class to particular material type. This is the most important point. This one, account assignment category. The interview question. What is account assignment category? What it will do? The account assignment category, we can define valuation class to our particular material type. See, I have maintained the valuation class 1000, but this is for which material type? I need to assign in the value in this account assignment category. Account assignment category combines our material type with the valuation class. Material type is MM part, valuation class is FI part. So this account assignment category does the integration between the MM and FI. So that's why this thing is important. I have selected a standard price for this material type, and hence that will automatically trigger while creating material as well as respect to account assignment category valuation class took automatically by the system. Because I maintained here like the valuation class is 1000 for this type of material type. Now coming to the part of number ranges. When we create a material master record, every material is recognized by a unique number that is known as the material number. We can assign number to a material through two ways. One is external number assignment and second one is internal number assignment. If while creating a material, if we have to enter my own number, whether in the combination of alphabet or digit, and that should be the unique number. So that is external number assignment. But while creating a material, if we don't need to enter any number, the system automatically generates a unique number to that material. That is internal number assignment. So now coming to the defining number range. Internal number range can be defined by the following steps. This is the SPRO path, logistics general, material master, basic setting, material type, define number range for each material type. Here we can maintain the number range and assign that number range to our material type. So these are this is the group CNC automation, and in this group, these three material number ranges have been assigned. So coming to the creating material group. Material group is a wide range of material type. Materials with some common attributes are taken together and they are assigned to a material group. For example, we have some materials that are to be packaged. So the material type can be electrical or food products, but we can group these material types and put them in a packaged material group. So मटेरियल टाइप और मटेरियल ग्रुप में क्या अंतर है? मटेरियल ग्रुप एक छोटे लेवल पे ग्रुपिंग की गई है कुछ मटेरियल्स की, बट मटेरियल ग्रुप में मटेरियल टाइप्स को भी कई मटेरियल टाइप्स को भी ग्रुप किया गया है. For example, I've created here a material group with the T code OMSF, or this is the SPRO path. Here we can maintain the entry of material group 3010 and maintain the description for the material group. Below shown, I have made different materials with the respect to my industry type, material type, and configured field selection for my plant 3020. See, I have created these materials for my this plant with different material descriptions and what is the material type. We can check the material list using the T code MM60. To check the material list, we can use T code MM60 to see the list of the materials. See, I have created these seven materials, and to view these materials, I will use T code MM60. So here material master data is finished. Now coming to the vendor master data. So vendor master data is the company's main source of ये मीटिंग 10 मिनट में खत्म हो जाएगी. इससे अच्छा भी खत्म करके दोबारा से स्टार्ट करता हूँ 5 मिनट में.
ठीक है.
Then we will continue through vendor master data.